Just thinking about koosh balls, just thinking about water balloon fights, just thinking about Nilla wafers. Now, if you've ever bopped a koosh ball, popped a water balloon, or ingested a Nilla wafer, hit that like button. All right, the 90s were really cool. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. A weird day up in the brain, and weird day because Nintendo did something very good and cool for Nintendo Switch Online, plus a bunch of new games, a surprise release, and a game in development for 2 years that is being abandoned. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. The energy has returned. I'm here, ready to go. So let's talk right away about the new game that dropped on the eShop. It's Super Smash Bros. 2, featuring 11 characters, 34 stages, and 100 songs. This game just stealth dropped out of nowhere. Not by Sakurai, but by some other people. Basically, though, Smash Brothers, and it's called Slap City. Honestly, looks pretty good. I love that games just randomly appear like this. No clue how that works for marketing. If I was a developer and my game just booped onto the Switch eShop for $19.99 on September 27th, I'd feel weird, but it does look pretty neat. It has characters like It'll who is a Zelda-like character from a eShop game. Anyways, it's a new Smash Brothers type game if you're interested. I just think it's fun that it stealth dropped. But what didn't stealth drop is Tunic. Tunic is out on the eShop today, and if you're looking for a legit game changer, this is the game for you. It will absolutely rewrite the Game of the Year list for your year. It's been out previously on other platforms, but it hit the Switch, and it's so good. It's like classic Zelda mixed with modern Zelda, mixed with like an isometric type perspective. It's really good. The boss battles are challenging. The puzzle solving is actually brain intensive. All right, there's a little in-game manual that you have to use to learn about the world. It doesn't hold your hand. It kind of beckons to you from afar. It's like, hello. It calls to you. It doesn't spell it out. It calls to you. It demands puzzle solving. It demands combat prowess, and it demands you explore this beautiful, brilliant world. Tunic is phenomenal, and the game is bigger than it initially seems, and it's basically like the best Zelda since Nintendo has put out a Zelda, which has been quite a while at this point. And while you wait for Tears of the Kingdom, which is a totally different kind of Zelda, please play Tunic. Tunic is honestly a freaking gem, okay? But apparently People Can Fly did not have a gem on their hands. Now, this story to me just pulls at the heartstrings. Okay, this is like, let's have our empathetic moment. I just can't imagine how this feels, okay? People Can Fly, if you don't know, is a pretty strong developer. Their breakout hit was Bulletstorm back in 2011. They worked on Gears of War Judgment, okay? They did Outriders most recently. And Outriders, by all accounts, was a pretty good game. That was a Square Enix 3-player looter-shooter joint, and it was pretty good. But People Can Fly did not turn a profit on that game after the first year. It just didn't do it, even though it was a good game. So this is a studio that has history making pretty good stuff, in some cases really good stuff, and they're struggling so much that their new game, Project Dagger, just got dagger chopped by Take-Two. They are abandoning publishing the game after 2 years in development. Now, People Can Fly say that they're going to try to self-publish or find a different publisher, and they're like, well, we don't hate Take-Two for this. We might work with 2K and Take-Two again, but like, this is how it goes. You can be awesome at what you do and create really good stuff and still have the rug yanked out from under you. Now, I'm sure this applies to all industries, but gaming's our industry, so it makes sense to talk about and focus on how that must feel. Even when you're successful, even when you have created games that people love, that people play, that, you know, people are playing across the world, that do well, that review well, you may still be in a very precarious position, and you may have your next project get a vote of no confidence. I'm sure this happens a lot with cancellations. I mean, Nintendo has even done similar things, restarting the development of Metroid Prime. They're like, no, rug pull, not gonna work. But just think about that feeling. These projects that these developers work on for years, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of their lives sometimes. And then to just have that yanked out, or it not work out, or you know you did something good, but the money just isn't coming in. You know you made a great game, but it hit at the wrong time. It didn't get the right marketing push. Oh, it's just got to be nauseating. And so I feel for People Can Fly because they must feel like they're crawling right now. And I hope they're able to recover. And I hope whatever this Project Dagger is ends up successful and ends up finding its way. It sounds like it was in a messy situation. Obviously, Take-Two had their reasons for abandoning the project. I hope they can figure it out because that just, it doesn't sound fun. It doesn't sound good. Hopefully, this next game can find some more luck, but I am worried, hashtag very concerned, because Wild Hearts is debuting later this week. Now, this is two very interesting teams joining forces. It's one that has supported the Switch to hell and back, and it's one that supported Switch nowhere. We've got EA teaming up with Koei Tecmo, right? This is EA, who won't ever release the right FIFA, definitely won't bring Madden. And then this is Koei Tecmo, who does like all the Musou games, freaking Age of Calamity, and they love the Switch. And they're working on Wild Hearts, which is apparently a hunting genre style game set in feudal Japan. And we have two images of a giant creepy wolf and a really angry Pumbaa. Now, this is going to be a Monster Hunter style game, it seems, for 2023. And I do wonder if it'll come to Switch. Again, we have the party of Koei Tecmo, who love our system, and the party of EA, who I'm not so sure about how they feel. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Uniting forces for a game that isn't drawing a lot of buzz thus far, but the trailer could sort of really turn this one direction or the other. Monster Hunter is very popular, especially on Switch, so I feel like it would be a humongous, glaring, awful hole if they skip the Switch, because Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak have done so well. Even Stories 2 has done so well on Switch. More hunting type games, Monster Hunter type games, like that makes sense. That's a good pick. But if Wild Hearts skips the Switch, I will be sad. We'll have to see how this one looks, if it's going to be something worth paying attention to, or if it's going to just raspberry fart its way out into the internet tomorrow. We'll check the trailer and talk about it then. Whenever I hear Switch Online gets a cool update, I'm like, did the theme change? Did I finally get the option to go somewhere different besides dark and light? I will never stop telling the anecdote that Nintendo had themes on the 3DS. And now on the system where the actual screen can support really nice themes and it makes sense, they don't have themes. 6 years and no themes. 6 years and no themes. They're putting out all sorts of icons of ugly NES sprites, but no themes. No themes. Even my dog, you can hear him. He hates it. Harley. No themes, but I wish this was about themes. It's not. It's still cool though. Let it go. Themes probably never happening, but we did get Splatoon 3 widgets. Now this sounds kind of like, what? But the Nintendo Switch Online app has been sort of lackluster its entire life. It's been pretty lame, but this is sort of the first thing that I love it for. Okay, we've seen them do voice chat via Switch Online, whatever. But now you're able to add important, valuable Splatoon 3 stuff to your iOS and Android home screens. And I'm not being facetious. Like, it legit is cool to be able to see the stage rotation on your phone. Let me show you. I have it here. I'm going over here. Look, I can now see what freaking stages are in Splatoon 3. Since the game really wants to be a freaking appointment-based gaming style, I can see what stages. So currently we've got Eeltail Alley and Museum del Alfonsino. And then later, when I was probably going to play this evening, it's Hagglefish Market and Mahi Mahi Resort. That is helpful. That is important for a game like Splatoon. And it's finally doing something right with this Switch Online app. I had the app deleted for years. No need to use it, but now that they updated to 2.3.0 today, we can add these widgets. You can show your gear, you can show your win-losses, and most importantly, you can show the stage rotation to pick when you want to play, which I honestly think is really neat. Now then, with that being said, I am ready for an actual big Switch Online on the Switch update. When is GoldenEye coming? What is the next game for your N64 service? You announced a bunch of games, 9 upcoming titles, but we don't really know when they're hitting. And also, oh yeah, by the way, are you ever going to do anything with Game Boy or Game Boy Advance? I still feel like in 2022, Nintendo is just barely stretching the potential of their online service. They've come a long ways, let's be honest. With the expansion pack, with free DLC, sort of in their higher tier, with icons and achievements of their own, sort of with the rewards and milestones, they've made strides, okay? The online is better, but there's still so far to go, and when you have so many cool opportunities, do them. It can't be that hard to make themes. Like, this is a cool opportunity, and they did it really well. It's nice to have that widget. I think that's integrating well with new technology. I mean, I've got the new iPhone 14 where you can put, widgets on your lock screen. These can't go there. They just go on your home screen. I wish it could go on my lock screen, but maybe that's to come too. And then we have a world where we can see like Switch news or Switch info. That would be really, really fun. So Nintendo is like sometimes taking steps, but they're not taking all the steps. And I just wish they would. We need our Game Boy. We need our N64 schedule. And gosh darn neat are themes. Let me know if you like widgets on your phone for Splatoon 3 as that game continues to gain popularity. And let me know if you're interested in what's next for Switch Online. In the meantime, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I appreciate all of you so very much. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive. Positivity really does go such a long way. I know people think sometimes like, oh, manifesting is all silly, but really a positive mindset and a positive lifestyle, it really does wonders. Whether you want to think it's all mystical, magical or not, it actually helps. So give it a go. And until next time, everybody, thanks again. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.